Hello and welcome back to the What Shara Made podcast. A big hello if you are a brand new viewer today, and an even bigger hello if you're a returning viewer. Thank you for coming back and joining me. I've got a couple of whips, I've got some FOs, and I've got some competition prizes to draw. So I might as well dive straight into my whips. Now, this one here is a design whip, so in the future this will become a pattern that I will release, and it's only small at the moment, but you get the idea. Maybe you don't because the light's sitting strangely on it. It's going to be a triangle shawl with these big double eyelets that are sort of like polka dots, coming down symmetrically on either side, and I haven't quite decided on the border that I'm going to use, but it might be my favourite bubble border again that I love to use on anything I possibly can. And the yarn, you'll see it's a little bit tonal, some darker bits and lighter bits. And this is a hand-dyed bamboo cotton yarn, which I hadn't seen before, but it was in my local yarn store, and I really liked the colour. And I needed to make a gift for a dear friend of mine, and her favourite colour is green, just like me. So it was an easy choice on the yarn, and it's working out beautifully. The yarn is a tiny bit splitty, but it's definitely manageable, and it's worth the extra patience that it takes to make sure you don't split it, because it's just gorgeous, and it's going to be a lovely summer-ish shawl for her. And the reason I chose this yarn initially is because she's vegan, so she won't wear animal fibres, which is fine. So it was a good opportunity to use a beautiful plant fibre instead. So this is this whip. Hopefully it will grow a little more and you'll see a bit more of it next week, because I need to have that finished to give to her as a gift. So we have that one. And my next whip is a sock whip that I accidentally cast on. You know how it goes. I finished one pair of socks, and then not even a minute passed casting off, grafting the finished pair of socks, then I began knitting this sock. And it is the, I believe it's called the Silver Birch pattern by Naturally Knitting. And if I got that wrong, I'm going to put it along here anyway. So here's the beginning. You can see it's got that beautiful lace pattern on the top of the foot, and the underside, or the sole of the foot, is just vanilla, and you can really see how beautiful that yarn is. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's very sparkly. It's got gold stellina in it, and it is gorgeous. Oh my god, I love this yarn so much. So this is what it looks like in the bowl. So beautiful. You can catch a bit more of the stellina there. And this is the Golden Girls colourway on the glitter base from Sandra's Craftfulness, her Etsy shop. She also has a podcast as well, the Craftfulness podcast. So this sock, I'm really enjoying it. And this pattern, beautifully written, beautifully presented, and very easy to follow. I'm ploughing through it. I started these last night, and I've got one more lace repeat to do before I start my heel. And this is the first pattern by Rebecca, who hosts the Naturally Knitting podcast, which is a beautiful podcast. You should check it out if you haven't already. And she's another podcaster from Melbourne. So that's really beautiful. So I'm really enjoying working on that. And I can't wait to knit a few more rows on it today. Really loving that. And that yarn, I would love head to toe everything in that yarn. It's beautiful. And my next whip, we're getting through these quickly, aren't we? My next whip is one that you've already seen before, but it's grown slightly. And I mean slightly. Now, let us have a look here. So, this is my wrinkly sweater, because it's been jammed in a bag, that I am knitting using the Wool and the Gang Billie Jean denim yarn. It's upcycled denim and cotton. So it's got the little split hem there, you can see. Split hem where the back is longer than the front. And it's just going up in stripes like that. So this solid colour here is upcycled denim, and the mild colour is upcycled denim mixed with cotton. So get a bit of an idea there, and it's really nice to work with. It's really lovely. I'm really enjoying working on this, but it is a little bit boring because it's just round and round and round and round and round of stockinette in the round. So it's a bit tedious, but I think I'm going to really enjoy the finished object. So I'll keep going. It's the same on the back, obviously. So that is that whip. I think last time I showed you I might have been down around about there. I need to finish it before summer is over. I need to start knitting all my summer knits in winter and vice versa. But so that is that whip. Now that's all I've got for active whips at present. And that's because I've been working on this FO, which was a tiny little whip in the last episode. So now I've got a pair of these babies. And for those of you with keen eyes, you'll notice that my pair of feet mannequin feet, are both left. So that's great. Just realised that this week, and I've had them for about 4 years. So this is my latest sock design, and I'm in love with it. So you can see it's got the design on the back of the leg as well. Standard heel flap and gusset, which I think works really well with this design. And it has a seam. Well, it's not really a seam because it's knit in the round, but a faux seam down either side. That bit in the middle. So this has been knit with this, the same yarn I'm knitting my silver birch socks out of. They're the contrasting colour, and then the main colour is Ruby by Thimble and Pearl, and it's gorgeous. I think the Thimble and Pearl skein might have been weighed a little more than 100 grams because I didn't weigh it before I started because I just assumed it weighed 100 grams. And when I had finished knitting the whole pair, I weighed my yarn to see how much yarn I had used in the pair. The Golden Girls skein, this one, definitely weighed 100 grams before I started, and it weighed 81 grams when I'd finished this pair, so I'd used 19 grams of the contrast colour, and so I figured I would have used a little more of the main colour, the ruby, and when I weighed that skein, it weighed 84 grams. So I don't know, and clearly I've used more of the red than the other colour, so I don't know if maybe that skein weighed a little more. I'm not sure. It did seem bigger, but I don't know. So that was interesting. But I can probably figure out how much I did use by taking away the 19 grams of the confirmed 19 grams of the Golden Girls colourway. But I really enjoyed knitting those. On the second pair, the pattern became quite intuitive and I didn't have to look at the pattern constantly. I could just keep going, and that made it a lot faster to knit than the first pair. So, yeah, and these socks will eventually be for me, but before they're for me, they're going into the local show and I hope to win a prize with them. I think they're pretty special. I really like them and I love the sparkle. You can just see it coming through on the camera there. So I'm really happy with that, and I think I'd like to make a pair that have the main colour in green. I think that could be quite interesting. But I'll be calling for testers for these socks in a few weeks. So stay tuned if you think that's something you might like to do with these sockies. FO, yay! Now, my next FO is one that's actually been an FO for a really long time, but I hadn't had the opportunity to show you, and I really hope I haven't already shown you this, and it's possible I may have, so if I have, just ignore this bit. Now I really think I have shown you before, but anyway, let's have a look at it again. And it's this one here. You'll be familiar with the pattern, obviously. It's my Strata shawl pattern, and some yarn that I've hand dyed, which is a Polworth. And the more I speak about this, the more I'm convinced I've already shown you this. But let's relive it. Because I've blocked it now, so it's in its full glory. Really liked working with this yarn. I think I need to get my hands on some more Polworth. It came up beautifully and it dyed beautifully as well, actually. And get a better idea of the little colours that are popping through there. And this is a Christmas present for one of my most knitworthy friends. So that one is done and out of the way. So I feel pretty good about having a Christmas present done before December has even started. So that's good. No Christmas Eve knitting for me. Or no Christmas Eve panic knitting for me. And no doubt I will knit on Christmas Eve. And my next FO is one that you've seen before, but I'm showing you again because these are the pieces that I'm also entering into the show along with my socks that I just showed you. I've got this one that's going in, and this is my doodler. This is actually my second doodler that I've made. Excuse me, oh, whoops. There you go. So it starts up this end with the dark gradient and moves along to the light gradient. I loved making this. It's really beautiful, it's really enjoyable knit. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. And it's also a little bit sparkly, you can see that bit of a theme happening there. So hopefully this one impresses the judges too. And you'll notice, look at this. Oh, great, yay. It got snagged on something just as I was pulling it out to get it ready to go into the show. And that's as small as I can get that loop. The loop was much, much bigger, the snag. So I'm just going to have to weave that in somewhere, somehow, and hope it's suitably disguised. Oh, I was so annoyed with myself when I did that. Never mind, it can be fixed. So that's the second thing I'm entering into the show. The next thing I'm entering into the show is this hat that you've also seen before. And this is the Milestone hat by Mum and She. The pattern can be found on Ravelry. And it's a really fun pattern to make, actually. Very popcorny and doesn't take long at all. You could easily do one of these in an evening. So there you go, it's got that gorgeous detail on the crown. Love it. So this is, just in case you didn't see me talking about it when it was a fresh FO a couple of months ago, it uses a technique that's quite similar to brioche knitting, but it's crochet. So it's very, very nice. You just use one colour per round and they sort of interlock with each other. It's a bit hard to describe, but yeah, you can make these interesting details with that. And this is made with an alpaca yarn. I think it's called Inca Spun, and it is so soft. I swear it gets softer every time I touch it, but it hasn't been worn or blocked or anything like that. So I'm thinking after it's had a wash and a little bit of a wear, it's going to be ridiculously soft. So I'm very happy about that. I think the charcoal and the cream make an interesting contrast together that really highlight that pattern. So very happy with that. And my next FO that I'm entering into the show, you've all seen before, and it's my fox paws. So it's very long indeed. And you may have noticed if you follow Knit Pics on Facebook or Instagram that they were kind enough to feature my fox paws on their feeds this week, which was really lovely and a really lovely surprise because it's made with Knit Pics yarn. That's why they featured it. Obviously they're not going to feature something made out of someone else's yarn. So that was very, very nice. I'm really happy about that, and I can't wait till the show is over and I get this back and I can just wear it around. I've been trying to keep it nice before the show. So that's the old fox paws that you've seen a million times now, but there it is. Now I'm almost up to drawing those prizes. In fact, I am up to drawing those prizes. Now, these are for, excuse me, I've got fluff in my eye, what a surprise. Excuse me. These prizes are for the Strata knit along, the Strata shawl knit along that I held when I first released the Strata pattern. And it ran for the month of October, and you'll notice it is indeed the second week of November now. But I didn't have the prizes with me when I filmed the last podcast, so here they are. Now this one is a project bag made by me. It's got a boxed bottom, it's got the natural undyed lining, and you can see in there it's got an internal pocket with several sections to it, it's drawstring, and there's also this DPN cozy that's going to come along with it that matches the denim on here. And this one, this prize is for the FO thread, so let's draw that one first. Now just say here that if for some reason the same person comes up in the and wins the prize in the FO thread and the same person comes up in the chatter thread, I will actually draw a second prize, a second time for the chatter prize winner, just in case, just so the love is spread evenly around. So I had 17 people enter their Strata shawls in the FO thread, which was fantastic. Pardon me, I had 16 people. The first post was mine. So I've got, oh, you probably can't see it, 2 to 17 on there, because the first post is mine. So generate post number 6. Who is post number 6? Let me find out. 7. Oh, this is so lovely. M's Little Nest, you're the winner in the FO thread. You've got post number 6 and it is gorgeous. Oh my God. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that, folks. Ooh, can we see it? She's used a gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. Oh my gosh, that yarn is so pretty. Oh, that's beautiful. So M's Little Nest, you have won this one with this beautiful Japanese wool tartan and denim and the natural cotton lining, obviously. That is yours. So if you want to contact me via Ravelry, I'll pop this in the post to you. Now let's see who is the winner in the chatter thread, which was really active, which was really great. I love it. Thank you so much for everyone who joined in that. The cowl, it was really, I really appreciated it. Now, let me see. How do I get there? Excuse me. Strata. Wow, got now quite a few of these posts in this chatter thread are mine, so we might be drawing again if I win the prize. So let us see. The first post is mine, of course, then the last post is 97, so 2 to 97. Let us see. 2 to 97. So that's what I've got here. That's the generate from the last one we did, so 2 to 97 there. Let's generate that one, post 56. Let's see. Now, post 56, that should be on this page, I think. Who is it? 55, 52, 53, 54, 55, and it's me. So let's try that again. We might be here for a while. Okay, generate. Post number 90. Let's see. Hopefully that's not me. Okay, that'll be on the last page. And apologies if you can hear power tools in the background. One of my neighbours is addicted to using power tools and he's on his angle grinder in the backyard at the moment. It's really loud. So, 90. Here we go, Mrs. Humphreys. Oh, she's written something lovely. She's finished her Strata shawl and she's very happy, and her 3-year-old has claimed it as hers. I think we're all familiar with that one. So lovely Mrs. Humphreys and I used to work together many years ago. We used to have a lot of fun at work. And she's a very clever, lovely young woman, and she has won this prize here. So this is the little Lamikins bag. Same situation. It's actually got some wrapping paper inside it. I don't know why. So the natural cotton lining with the pocket. It's a nice big sweater size bag, this, so you can put a blanket in it. Same with the other ones, a large size, and also this DPN holder. So there you go. If you want to contact me via Ravelry, Mrs. Humphreys, I will get that in the post to you. So congratulations to our 2 winners, M's Little Nest and Mrs. Humphreys. Thank you so much to everyone who took part in that cowl. It was a really energetic and fun cowl with lots of people interacting with each other in a really beautiful way. So that was fantastic. Now, I think I've actually covered everything, and it's a pretty short podcast today, which is a miracle. I always worry I'm going to go over and it'll be like an hour and 20 minutes long or something, but I did have a very, very busy week and it didn't leave me with a lot of energy and time for knitting, so I'm happy that I got my lovely socks finished. I was really happy when I finished those, but hopefully the next coming week won't be quite as busy and I will get a bit more done and I'll have a few more things to show you in the next episode. The weather can't decide what it wants to do today. I don't think I did a weather report in the last few episodes, so I better do one today. We had some pretty big storms overnight, but nothing too destructive in our area, thankfully. Just lots of rain, and that's fine because it hasn't rained for a few weeks now, so it wasn't too bad. Garden was happy, that's for sure. And the weather just can't decide what it wants to do. It's kind of drizzly and overcast out there, but it's also really, really warm. And the sun keeps trying to peek through, but right now it's very, very overcast out there. I'm just looking out the big windows just here. I've got my fingers crossed that it doesn't rain in the next half an hour, because I'm about to walk into town and meet some of my knitty friends for our monthly knitting meetup and have some breakfast at one of our favourite local cafes where we all gather for food and coffee and knitting. And it's also our town's music festival this weekend, so I'm hoping to catch a few little music shows as well. I've got a few friends playing a few gigs, and it should be quite interesting. They don't have it all in the one place, they have it spread all around the town in different venues. Lots of outdoor music events as well. It's a really fun weekend, so fingers crossed for all the performers, particularly the ones performing outside, that the weather stays nice-ish, at least doesn't rain. So thank you all once again for joining me in this little podcast, and I will see you all again really soon, hopefully with a few more things to show you. Bye.